This training is for ART users. ART is the advanced reporting tool for Service Point. We will focus on the HUD-COC APR, which is a very useful and comprehensive report. First, I will give you a basic overview. I will show you how to use the report, how to do a quick check for data quality, run through some frequently asked APR questions, and, at the end of the training, you can practice running a report. The HUD-COC 625 Annual Performance Report is submitted annually to HUD, but RTFH strongly recommends that you run it more often than that. All programs should run it monthly. When you run the 625, run the HUD-COC APR Detailed 631 report as well. If you run them with identical parameters, the 631 will complement your 625 by adding more details with client ID numbers, and helping you effectively troubleshoot data issues. To run the APR, log in to Service Point and click ART at the top right of the screen. Once ART opens, find your public folder. This is where you can find many useful ART reports. To get the 625, click Bowman Reports. Then click Funding Reports. Within the folders, the reports are in numerical order. When you find the report you want to run, click the magnifying glass next to its name. Once you click the magnifying glass, you will get a window asking you whether you want to view or schedule the report. We recommend scheduling the report, so you only have to run it one time, while you are cleaning your data. Once you select Schedule, a window will come up asking you to enter parameters for the report. Number 1 is listed twice. The first number 1 is Provider Group. You may use this to look at data for more than one program. If you only need data from one program, you should skip this, and go to the second number 1 listed. On an ART report, you will put in the program you want, twice, once for provider, and once for EDA provider. As you choose each parameters, you will choose Search to find the right value, and select once you have it. ART is 1 day behind, so you must add 1 day to the end date of the report. The effective date is the same as the end date plus 1 day. For example, if you are looking at data for the month of January, your start date will be January 1st, and your end date plus 1 day will be February 1st. Your effective date will also be February 1st. The last 4 questions ask about income, non-cash benefits, disabilities, and interim reviews. If you want to pull data from these fields, you need to select Yes. Finally, when you have put in all your parameters, you click Next at the bottom right of the parameters screen. Then, your scheduling screen will pop up. This is where you tell the system how many times you want it to run the report. You can choose what to name the report, and you can choose whether you want it in PDF or Excel format. If you are running the 631 APR detail report, we recommend using Excel format, so you can use filters in Excel to clean your data. You can also specify whether you want the report to go to your ART inbox, or someone else's. You can tell the system how often you want it to run the report and for how long. That way, you can see the report change while you're cleaning your data. When you have put in all the details, click Send. In a few minutes, the report will be in the user's ART inbox at the top of the ART window. To filter data right from the ART browser, you may choose to select View Report. Then, click the Input Controls button on the bottom left of the report window. Input controls enable you to filter the variables so you can more easily find the clients you need to clean from a large list. This is useful if you are using a 631 report. Now, let's take a look at what's on the report. The first thing you should do after running the report is flip to the very last tab. This shows you a breakdown of your report parameters. It also gives you a total client count. Make sure that you have the provider listed twice, shown here with the orange arrows, and that the end date plus 1 day matches the effective date, shown here with the blue arrows. The first page is an overview of the report data quality. At the top, you should check to see that you have a 0 in the unaccompanied youth, if your program serves adults. You can see how many don't know or refused answers and how many missing answers there are for all the data elements. A good report has zeros in the missing data column and very low numbers in the don't know or refused column. Tab B shows program totals. These are adults, children and households served, and the months they were served, at a glance. On the right is a column showing unknown household type. These should always be zeros. If you see a number here, this data can be fixed on the Households tab, in Service Point. Tab C can be used by outreach programs. For outreach programs, Service Point needs to be updated with all the dates of contact with the client. This tab shows general trends for how many times clients were contacted. You can check this tab for data quality on the right-hand side in the column that says First Contact Place was missing. Tab D is a breakdown of genders, for adults and children. For both adults and children, you can see how many males and females were served in the given time period as well as how many clients did not know or refused their gender and how many clients are missing their gender information. Tab D also shows clients whose ages are missing. Both age and gender are HMIS requirements for all programs. Tab E shows age, ethnicity and race. For age, ethnicity and race, you can see what clients didn't know or refused the question and what clients are missing values. Tab E also shows age errors. Tab F shows information about mental health and domestic violence. You can see totals for clients who don't know or refused the question and totals for missing values. For all physical and mental health conditions, the type of condition must be specified. For domestic violence, Tab F shows how many clients identified as being survivors of domestic violence, and how long ago the domestic violence experience occurred. Tab G shows residence prior to program entry, or where the client slept the night before entering your program. All the types of residence listed on the drop-down menu in Service Point are organized into three main categories on the APR: homeless situations, institutional settings, and other locations. You can also see locations marked Other, clients who didn't know or refused the question, and missing values. For locations marked Other, the UDE entry assessment asks that you specify the location. It can be viewed on the Entry Exit tab on the client's record in Service Point. Tab H shows disabling conditions for leavers and stayers. Leavers are the clients that have an exit date within the date parameters of the report. Stayers are the clients who do not have an exit date within the date parameters of the report. For leavers, the data for disabilities is pulled from the exit. For stayers, it is pulled from the most recent point of data entry, whether that is an interim review or the entry. Tabs I and J show income information. On Tab J, you can see the total number of clients who have income, and the total number of clients who received each income source. For each client record, there are 4 questions about income. Whether the client has any income, the details of each source in the HUD verification sub-assessment, the total monthly income and the percentage of area median income. For each point of data entry, whether it is program entry, interim, or program exit, all 4 of these questions must be answered. On Tab I, the number highlighted in blue is the number of stayers, the number highlighted in yellow is the number of leavers, and the number in purple is the total number of clients in the program. Tab I shows income changes through the program. Tab K gives information about non-cash benefits. It shows the total number of clients who received each type of non-cash benefit. It also shows clients who didn't know or refused this information, sources of non-cash benefits marked Other, and missing values. Like income, non-cash benefits has a HUD verification sub-assessment in Service Point. Both the yes or no value for whether the client has non-cash benefits, and the source details, need to be entered. Tab L shows length of stay for leavers and stayers and breaks the duration of stay into ranges. Length of stay values are always shown in number of days. If you have clients who have been in the program for more than 1 year, you need to complete an interim review for each client within 30 days previous to the 1-year anniversary, even if no data has changed. For example, if a client entered the program on December 1, 2014, you should do an annual assessment sometime between November 1 to November 30, 2015. Tabs M and N give information about exit destination. Exit destination is where the client slept immediately after leaving your program. Only leavers are shown on these tabs. On tab M, one table shows clients whose length of stay was less than 90 days, and one table shows clients whose length of stay was longer than 90 days. Pick list values for exit destinations in Service Point are divided into 4 categories: permanent destinations, temporary destinations, institutional settings, and other destinations. In other destinations, you can see who didn't know or refused the question and missing values. If a client's exit destination is other, you must specify the destination. Tab N shows performance measures for exit destination. The program types listed are permanent housing/rapid rehousing, transitional housing, street outreach, services only, and safe havens. These program types are not exit destinations. They are referring to your program. So, for example, if you are a transitional housing program, you only need to refer to the table that says Transitional Housing Programs on tab N. You should not see data on the other tables. If there is a question you are wondering about on the report, you can learn more by consulting the manual. Manuals for all art reports can be found in your public folder from the main art screen. Click Art Gallery Reports and Resources, and then click Art Gallery Report Manuals. Each of these manuals can be viewed, saved to your computer, and printed. The manuals go through each question on the report and explain where in Service Point the data pulls from. If there is still a problem with your report, please email Regional Task Force on the Homeless about the problem. In the email, make sure to include 4 things. A few client IDs showing the problem so we can see it from the user side, a screenshot of the report parameters page so we can run the report in the same way you did, a list of the client IDs that you believe should or should not be on the report, and the due date of the report. Thank you for viewing Reports Training. Good luck with your reports.